What is up, guys? The LA Gamer here, and today I am bringing you guys episode 7 of my Madden 17 fantasy draft franchise featuring the Los Angeles Rams. In today's episode, I will be showing you guys stuff that is going on around the league. Now, I just had my bye week. I just experienced my bye week, so I want to show you guys what's going on around the league. Now, sadly, I want to get this out of the way before I get started. You guys did miss week 7. For some reason, my recording corrupted, and I wasn't able to. I tried fixing it. I did a lot of stuff to try to fix it, but for some reason, the footage just glitched out and it wasn't working. So I did play the game. I could actually show you guys proof that I did play the game. I ended up winning 23-11, but the footage did get corrupted and it didn't get shown, which is too bad because it actually was a very entertaining game. But after that win, we are now 5-2, and I figured with this bye week, I wanted to take this opportunity to show you guys what's going on around the league. I think with any sports franchise, especially a fantasy draft franchise, you really need to try to keep the viewers, you guys, I want to keep you guys as involved as possible with what's going on around the league, because obviously when you guys are watching my series, you're only being able to see the footage of me playing games and stuff, but you actually never really know what's going on around the league. You never really know where I'm at in the division, all this stuff, so it kind of keeps you guys in the dark, and I think you guys probably want to see what's going on around the league. So with this episode, I'm going to try to keep you guys more updated. So I did actually already try to record this episode. Sadly, for some reason I recorded it with my microphone unplugged. It was literally the most embarrassing experience ever, realizing that I did that. So here's a look at my schedule so far. You guys might remember some of these games. You see we had this 2-game losing streak, but we bounced back with this last win against the Giants. So we're now 5-2. I think we're doing very good this season, to be honest. So I'm not too worried about it. But either way, we're gonna be looking over here now at just basically stuff that's going on in the league. Now, I already did the scouting because in the last time I recorded this, I tried doing the scouting, but obviously that footage was not gonna. I'm not gonna show you guys it because none of the recording is there because I left my mic out of my computer. But I'll actually show you guys who I scouted, and I'll show you some of their stats. I looked at all these guys, but the thing I really wanted to pay attention to was defensive linemen. Now, if you look at my team, let's go over to the team stuff real quick. Our team is very good outside of our defensive line. Our offense, our O-line is phenomenal. Maybe we need a left tackle, not that important. The rest of our offensive line is phenomenal. We, of course, have Gronk, the best tight end in football. Maybe we want one more receiver, but it's not the biggest deal. So we have a great offense, I would say. But our defense, I mean, we have a strong safety that's not that good, but that's because Will Hill is injured for a few more weeks due to an Achilles tear. Out for 2 more weeks, you can see right there. But we have Tahir Whitehead, Danny Trevathan. I wouldn't mind a right outside linebacker, but Akeem Ayers is not bad. But either way, if you look at everything, the one thing that is noticeably worse than everything else is the defensive line. So I spent a lot of these points on defensive linemen and seeing what I can get there. So if we look at the players I've scouted, we have Lawrence Southward, who was not that good, but the guys that I really liked, I liked Antoine Tate, I liked Willie Booker, I liked a lot of these guys, to be honest. I liked D'Anthony Massey, I like this guy a lot, Keenan Poyer. I mean, there's a lot of good defensive linemen. You'll see a lot of them. AC Christie, Zach Rushing, Dave L. I mean, these guys are really good, especially like Willie Booker. Look at him. B+ tackle, B+ power moves, and A hit power. That's really good. And then Antoine Tate also has A hit power. So these two, if we can get this right in and we can get this left in, we could have 2 phenomenal pass rushers for the future. The only real issue is we do not have a first-round pick. In real life, the Rams did trade that pick away to get Carson Wentz. And so we're going to have to really try to do some maneuvering, try to do some trading to try to get those guys on our team. But I think we can figure it out. Now, before we get started or get any further, Carson Wentz is 8,000 points. So let's actually spin this a little bit because that's kind of bad. We need to work on these points. We're going to upgrade his awareness because I really want his overall to go up. I want him to be a smarter player. Now, let us look at what's going on around the league. Now, I've already done the scouting, so I'm going to show you guys stats around the league. I'll then show you guys the season awards, and that'll be basically it for the episode. So it's going to be kind of a shorter episode, I think. But basically the intention of this is just to let you guys know what's going on around the league. So in the NFL, in passing, we have Derek Carr, Tano. These are just kind of the main guys. We got Newton, Fitzpatrick, Roethlisberger, Bradford, Gabbert, Smith, Palmer, Goff, Luck. A lot of great players. Now, I don't believe... Yeah, Carson Wentz is way down here. That's because he doesn't have that many passing yards because we play pretty short quarters. But if we're looking at overall QB rating, he holds a 110 QB rating. And total QB rating, if we're looking at actual starters, the top players in the league are Tyrod Taylor in terms of QB rating. Tyrod Taylor, Drew Brees, and Carson Wentz. Wentz holding the number 3 position. Now, as a rookie, I have absolutely no complaints with him holding that position at number 3. In fact, I'm actually very happy with that because that's a very good stat line right there. So, Carson Wentz officially, I would say, is probably the third best quarterback in football right now, statistically. Now, though, if we go to the rushing side of the ball, this is actually where we struggle a little bit more. Now, with rushing yards, we're not that high up. I believe we'll have Adrian Peterson down here, about 15th. But if we look at average yards per carry from a starter, obviously, if you guys are wondering why I'm saying from a starter, obviously these guys aren't starting running backs. Because if you look closely, they only have like 1 or 2 carries. So out of the guys who are actually getting a good amount of touches, Adrian Peterson is the second best running back. He's actually tied for first with Le'Veon Bell. So, obviously AP's having a phenomenal year. He only has 2 rushing touchdowns, so that's kind of the surprise. But he also has 5 receiving touchdowns. So that's why he's doing so great. DeMarco Murray currently has 10 rushing touchdowns. He's doing a great job for the Colts. So, that's basically what I'm going to say. I mean, AP's doing a phenomenal job for us. And then receiving-wise, this is actually where we struggle a little bit. Corey Coleman is actually having a phenomenal year right here. And then receiving-wise, we got T.Y. Hilton, Alshon Jeffrey, Marquez Wilson, Jeremy Maclin, AJ Green, Pierre Garcon, Antonio Brown. None of these guys are really that surprising. Obviously, they're top-notch receivers, so you have to expect them to be up here. Des Bryant included. But with the receiving touchdowns, funny enough, or actually, funny enough, these 2 guys, Sterling Shepard and Laquan Treadwell, are tied for second, or tied for third in receiving touchdowns, and they're both rookies, so they're doing a great job. But in first place for receiving touchdowns, tied for first, Odell and DeAndre Hopkins, 2 of the top receivers in all of football, so there's really no surprise there. And then with us, we have Gronk, and then we have AP, who are down here with 5 touchdowns, who are obviously third top 5 in the league for receiving touchdowns. When you just look at everything, they're tied for top 5. Defensively, though, this is kind of the last thing we're going to look at in total. Defensively, tackle-wise, we have Jameel McClain, Eric Kendricks, Vincent Ray, Jaquel Jackson, Josh Bynes. You guys can see the names. Alec Ogletree, Brandon Marshall. These are just some great players. Now, if we look at TFLs, the top TFL player is Leonard Williams. That's actually a really surprising situation. Obviously, he's in his sophomore year now. Drafted out of USC last year as a rookie. Expected to be a really, really great player. And he's obviously developing into that great player nowadays, as he has 15 TFLs for the Chargers, playing back in Southern California. And then, there's just kind of a look at some of the other guys who are top in TFLs. Not that many surprises. Most of these guys are very, very talented players. Then we look at total sacks, though. We have J.J. Watt and Robert Quinn, who are battling each other out for that #1 spot in sacks. Obviously, Watt is not a surprise. He's the best defensive player in football. And then we got Khalil Mack out down here as another great defensive player. And just all around just some great names up here. Then if we look at interceptions, we have Quentin Rollis, Vernon Hangreaves, who's actually a rookie, Chris Harris Jr., Joe Hayden, Luke Kuechly, Vontae Davis. These are no surprise. These guys are phenomenal players. Josh Norman. So I'm not surprised with any of those guys being up there. So now that that is over, we're going to take a quick look at the awards, get an idea of who the top award players are. Now, if we look at MVP, we got Cam Newton, Drew Brees, Sam Bradford. Some surprising names here. You wouldn't expect Tyrod Taylor, Keenum, Tannehill, Bradford, these guys to be MVPs. Cam Newton's not surprised. Now, he just knows how to win football games. 7-1 record that he's bringing out for the New York Jets. He's doing a phenomenal job. Now, when we look at Coach of the Year, we get all the way down here at 6th, which is, I'm not complaining about it. We're a rookie, so we're a rookie coach. So to be number 6 in Coach of the Year, I am very, very happy with that. Now, we're not on the AFC, so we're just going to go through this real quickly. Just quickly look at some of the stats. Here are some of the top 7 players in each of these different fields. Since I'm not on the NFC, or I'm not on the AFC, a lot of this doesn't matter to me, but I want you guys to know what's going on around the league. So you can stop and pause and look closely at any of this if you find it very important. And that's basically just what's going on in the AFC. And now let's go over to the NFC, where it actually has some importance to us. Now, to start with the kicker, Dan Bailey, we have the second best kicker apparently in all of the NFC. I don't mind that. Now, Offensive Player of the Year, for some reason, Carson Wentz is not up here. AP is number 7, but Carson Wentz is nowhere to be found. Defensive Player of the Year, we don't have anyone up here. I mean, our defense obviously needs work, so I'm not that surprised. But then we look at Offensive Rookie of the Year. Carson Wentz is first place. And it just gets weirder and weirder as you go on. Defensive Rookie of the Year, I don't think we have anybody up here either. We don't really have any rookie defensive players. Best quarterback, though, Carson Wentz is not up there in the top 10. He has the 3rd best QBR of any starter, but is not a top 10 QB in the NFC. It doesn't make any sense to me. Best running back, also AP, nowhere to be found. Or actually, he's 7th. But AP is 7th and the best overall player. How is he 7th in just running backs? It doesn't make any sense to me. I just don't understand it. But we look at best receivers. I don't think we have anybody up here. No, we don't. I mean, this is the thing. We're not getting any love here. The Rams are not getting any love from any of these voters. So I believe we should be up here at least on some of these things. An offensive line, we have 2 guys. We have Alex Mack and Kaleki Osemele. So I don't mind this. I like having 2 good offensive linemen up there who are getting some love, getting some respect. Defensive line, this is what we need to work on. So I'm not surprised there's nobody up there in the top 10. We need to work on D-line, like, badly. Like, our D-line is really, really bad. When we look at linebackers, we're not up here in the top 10, sadly, but it makes sense. We don't have that great linebackers. Then we look at defensive backs. We are nowhere to be found up there. So our defense needs work. We need to find some guys who can be top-notch defensive players, especially. And I think if we do a great job in this draft and in free agency, we can definitely do that. But we have 8 more weeks to go. Right now, we are set to be in a playoff spot. We'll look at the standings real quick. So right now, we are set to be in a playoff spot, so I'm not too worried about it. You see, obviously, right now we are, what is this, 6th overall in the whole league in terms of our record at 5-2. And then, if we look at the, I mean, let's see. Actually, we're first in our division, tied for first in our division with the 49ers here. And then we just look at the NFC, we're 4th overall. But all 3 of these teams who are better than us are all in different divisions. The thing is, we have very noticeably a harder conference than the AFC. We have 3 5-win teams and 3 6-win teams. The AFC has 1 7-win team, 1 6-win team, and 1 5-win team. So they have the best team in football, standing-wise, with the Jets. But the Colts and Patriots are the only 2 good teams, and then it kind of drops off. So we have a lot more noticeable talent in the NFC. So that's basically it for this episode. I know we went through it really quickly, but I hope that this really kept you guys in depth with what's going on around the league. That's basically the purpose of this. I'm going to try to do a better job in the future of keeping you guys updated with what's going on around the league. I don't do a very good job of that. Usually I just show you guys gameplay, but I'll try to show you guys more scouting, more standings, more stats, more stuff like that before every game so you guys know what's going on. But in the end, that's the episode. If you guys enjoyed, please click that like button below. I know this was way different. We didn't do the gameplay. I didn't show you guys any games, but it's obviously a difference. But if you guys did like it, please click that like button. And please comment down your opinion of a video like this and tell me if you guys enjoyed it, and I'll definitely keep it into consideration for future years that I have a bye week and things of that nature. I really want to show you guys more stuff like this. And lastly, subscribe if you haven't already to stay tuned in this series and other series I got going on my channel. If you guys did not see, I have just started the Chargers rebuild. I am currently in the midst of a Madden 17 player career mode featuring a quarterback, and I'm also trying to get Ultimate Team kicked off on this channel. So if you guys happen to like any 3 of those ideas, please go over there and support those series and check them out. It would really, really help me a lot, and I really do appreciate it. So that's all I have to say, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.